Today is a very auspicious day. Saradiya Rasa yatra of Krishna is full moon, so this autumn full moon, Krishna is performing Ras Lila in Vrindavan. We heard many times that Vyasadeva warned in Bhagavatam, if someone will try to imitate or become envious or will hear, chant and remember this, if he does not have control over senses, then this will act like a poison. It will destroy your spiritual life. Your lust will be increased because you are not accepting it in service attitude, but in another. Then later, few verses later, he wrote, one who is Shraddhanvita, means one who has firm faith that Krishna is the only enjoyer, all others are to be enjoyed by him. This is first condition. And another is Anushrinuyat. He has to hear from realized soul. And the realized soul will see the qualification of aspirant and will not speak something which is beyond his adhikar. That is why Shukadev Goswami also spoke full Bhagavatam. He did not start with Raslila. He spoke from first canto all topics, and Parikit Maharaj was listening very attentively and also asking questions for clarification and everything to make a foundation on which one can understand Krishna Lila properly. So, this is the point. One time, our Parangurudev came to, I think, Dehradun. Yes, Dehradun. This is just below Himalaya, North India. And there was some Bengali club there. Some Bengalis were living and they had Bengali club. So they heard one sadhu from Bengal came. And they immediately invited Parangurudev to that club. And they requested him, you are a sadhu, you are from Bengal. We want to hear Ras Lila from you. Then Parangurudev said, I am not qualified to speak on this topic. Of course he is, but he is, by example, he's teaching because they were not. They are not, they just wanted for enjoyment. So he said, I am not qualified, so I cannot speak on this topic. I have no control over senses and all this. So it will be good for me if I can speak about the biographies of pure devotees, how they performed bhajan and how they attained Supreme Lord, like Dhruva, Prahlad, Ambarish Maharaj, that I can speak. Gurudev said, that does not mean that our Parangurudev does not know if he is not speaking in public meetings. Because they are a mixed audience and they will misunderstand. It is not good. Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he wrote on Radhashtami that it is not good. Why Vyasadeva intentionally did not mention directly about Radharani? Because it is like giving pearl necklace to monkeys. They don't know the value, they will tear it up. So I will be responsible for that because I gave to unqualified for some name and fame or something. I'm speaking highest topic I'm not speaking basic topics, karma and these things. Don't blame others. I'm not speaking basic topics, that is for law. I'm speaking high class topics. I'm only speaking Rasa Lila all the time. So for name and fame, I'm doing this, but I will also get reaction because of that. It's not proper. Narottam Thakur also told, don't speak here and there. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also told. So our Gurudev told that does not mean that he does not know. Gurudev said, once I suddenly entered into the room of my Gurudev, and inside his room alone, he was remembering those verses and also Jayadev Goswami, Gita, Govinda, and like this, with full transcendental relish, and sometimes with his god brothers, those acharyas, pure devotees, with his god brothers, he would speak, but never in public, only inside the room, and even not in the mat down, because not all are eligible. So it is not beneficial. You will find in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's writings, also in Prabhupada's writing, very clearly they explain this point. Because many Sahajiya pseudo-sects came, they were imitating and doing many things in the name of Radha Krishna Lila. So that is not good. Vyasadeva gave warning. Also, today is the disappearance day of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. I heard directly from Gurudev. He told me he was very strict in this matter. He was otherwise very soft, affectionate, encouraging, very soft. But if he saw some anti-devotional propensities are there, he would become like a thunderbolt, very strong, very strict. He also did not publish the last part of Jaiva Dharma from 26th chapter onwards, where Rasa Tattva is explained. He did not publish for general distribution. Only first two parts, not the third part. That later came. So very strict, because they are followers of Prabhupada. There is a reason. That does not mean that they are not merciful. They want to deprive us. No, they are so merciful that they want that we should attain the real thing, not imaginary thing, but to really attain the real thing through gradual procedure, strictly following all the steps. Then that will automatically come. It will be revealed at the proper time when we will be qualified. So also I did never hear Gurudev speak. There is a Rasa Lila topic is today, and also Rasa Purnima after on that Kartik. I was with Gurudev many times during Kartik. Never Gurudev spoke. Never. That does not mean he does not know. He is coming from there. Once I heard, as I told yesterday, he spoke from that Lila. But they want to give us the real thing through gradual procedure, so we have to be patient and follow the order, then that will come. Today also is the disappearance day of also once in Moscow, Gurudev was there, and one devotee came to Gurudev. Many devotees, they said they will come if you will speak Rasa Lila. Then many devotees will come. Then Gurudev said, I am not concerned about quantity, about many devotees. I am not concerned about that. I am concerned with the service of my Gurudev, Guru Parampara, and Mahaprabhu Radha Krishna. I am concerned with that, not with many quantity. I cannot do this. It is not for the service. It is my Gurudev's order. So we have to know what is the target. Then when we will follow that target, devotion to Krishna, then that highest type of devotion to Krishna will gradually be revealed and we can attain. Second. Our Gurudev wrote in this book about Murari Gupta, I will not read everything. In Ram Lila, he is Hanuman. Hanuman appeared now in Gaur Lila to enrich Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Gupta means hidden. Murari means Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Means in his heart, Krishna is hidden, as Sita Devi gave that one pearl necklace to Hanuman, and Hanuman playing the pastime of monkey, but he's not ordinary monkey. He was seeing that pearl necklace and was opening that pearls and was throwing away. Then Sita said, why you are doing this? You are monkey, you have no intelligence, you don't know the value of this necklace. He said, I'm checking whether Ram is inside or not, or his name. Is it his name is written or Ram is inside? If not, then what is the use of that? This is his mood. Then, and about you, then Hanuman opened his heart, chest, and showed Ram is in my heart, Sitaram. There in heart he showed. So, not ordinary person. He was Ayurvedic doctor. Whoever came to him, he was cured, either bodily disease or spiritual disease or both. Spiritual disease means aversion to Krishna. That is rog, Hrid rog, come. We want to enjoy instead of service to Krishna. That disease Murari Gupta can cure. And all other physical disease also. So he came from Silhet, he came to Navadip and was living near Mahaprabhu, and he was older, but they were schoolmates, and they would debate also, and Murari Gupta was very intelligent, all Shastra, everything, and Mahaprabhu also, Murari Gupta was impressed, and when Mahaprabhu was very pleased with one explanation of Murari Gupta, then he embraced him, touched him, then Murari Gupta felt that transcendental ecstasy. Then he could understand, although at that time Mahaprabhu did not yet reveal, but Murari Gupta up to this point he understood such intelligence and such bliss I'm getting only by his touch. He is not ordinary person. Then later on he revealed himself to Murari Gupta also, and there are sometimes Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Baraha and he lifted earth and he climbed on the back of Murari Gupta, and sometimes Mahaprabhu was in the mood of Vishnu and he called Garuda, then Murari Gupta also came. And when Mahaprabhu revealed himself for 21 hours in Sriva Sangam as Supreme Lord, he would bless all devotees. So that time also Murari Gupta surrendered and he saw Mahaprabhu as Ramchandra, Bhagavan, and with Sita and with Lakshman, and many monkeys were there, monkey army, and he felt I am also monkey because he's Hanuman. So when he got the darshan, Murari Gupta fainted in ecstasy. And one time Mahaprabhu heard Ram Ashtaka from Murari Gupta. He composed. You will find in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Ram Ashtaka. You can sing on Ram Navami. Mahaprabhu was very pleased and he wrote on his forehead Ram Das. And one time Nityananda Prabhu and Mahaprabhu, they were sitting together and Murari Gupta came and he offered obeisance to Mahaprabhu and then to Nityananda. Then Mahaprabhu by some hint told him, it is not right like this. And Murari Gupta could not understand. Then Mahaprabhu said, I will tell you tomorrow. Then that night, Murari Gupta got spiritual dream in which he saw that Nityananda Prabhu is Baladev and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. So then next day, when he came to meet them, first he offered obeisance to Nityananda Prabhu, then to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu said, now you understood? Yes. First we have to offer obeisance to Guru, then to Krishna. But Murari Gupta played the pastime of not understanding that Nityananda is Jagat Guru, Baladev, Nityananda. So he played this pastime. And one time Mahaprabhu gave betel leaf to Murari Gupta from his own mouth. And Murari Gupta was in ecstasy. Then Mahaprabhu started to speak about Prakashananda Saraswati, Mayavadi in Varanasi, that he is cutting my transcendental form into pieces. He is saying, I have no form, no attributes, no pastimes, no qualities, nothing. Already I gave him leprosy, but still he does not understand. That is wrong, that Mayavad. So then what arrogance that he should deny it, means my form. I tell you the truth, Murari, for you are my servant. Anyone who does not accept my form is bound for ruin. One day, Murari Gupta was in ecstasy when he came home and he said, I want to eat, to his wife. And wife cooked rice with ghee and Murari Gupta took, and he was in that Uttamadhikari ecstasy. And he took that rice and was throwing on the ground and offering to Mahaprabhu. You eat, and throwing on the ground. And the wife did not do anything because it is Chaitanya in Chaitanya Bhagavat. She knew about the status of Murari Gupta. We have to follow procedure for offering food. But those who are in Bhava stage, or Prema stage, they may have different. So he was throwing on the ground and offering. The next day, Mahaprabhu came to Murari Gupta's house. You will find it in Mayapur. We go there with Parikrama. From Chaitanya Mat, you go little right. There you will find Murari Gupta's house, and Sitaram, Lakshman is there on the altar. Maybe Hanuman also now, I don't know, but I think Hanuman also. And Mahaprabhu came to that house and said, Murari Gupta, yesterday you gave me so much to eat that I got digestion problem. So actually Mahaprabhu was taking, because Murari Gupta is offering with pure love. Krishna is always accepting what his devotees are offering with pure love. It doesn't matter the ritual and this. One time I asked Gurudev when I took Diksha, now how I should offer. And he said you should go to one Pujari to teach you. Then still I was wanting to hear from Gurudev. Then Gurudev ultimately said you have to offer with love. That is the important. Not so much the ritual, but with love. And one time another devotee said, this Pujari taught me this. Then Gurudev said, what he can teach you? He can only teach you external, these rituals. But bhav is important. Your love for Krishna, that is important. Otherwise Krishna will not accept. That is why we have to take shelter of Gurudev in thinking that Gurudev is offering. We are only instrumental or Gurudev will take that offering. If we are proud, then he will not accept. But Gurudev has love, so either by Gurudev sending us to offer as his instrument, or Gurudev will offer. These two. In our level, then Mahaprabhu said, now you have to cure me. I am having digestion problem. You give me some water to drink. Then Murari Gupta gave him water and Mahaprabhu was cured. When we did parikrama, Gurudev said, you take some water from here, then you will be cured. But you have to be also careful because we are not on that level of believing that, so you can touch on your head because you don't know that water pipe and all this. But if someone is on that level, then he can get. And Murari Gupta, he was thinking about the leelas of different avatars, and ultimately they also wind up, means finish their pastime. So he thought Mahaprabhu will also finish his pastime. I cannot tolerate that separation grief, so better I should die before that. And he wanted to commit suicide with one chopper. And Mahaprabhu knew. He said, no, you should not do this. Yes. Then Murari Gupta also was going to Puri every year with all the devotees. He was participating in all the pastimes, Ratha Yatra, Gundicha cleaning, Kirtan, everything. In third group also he was, the Ratha Yatra. And Mahaprabhu also taught through Murari Gupta that one has to have one pointed devotion to his desired object of worship, Ishtadev. They are all one and the same person, but they are doing different leelas. So, according to your transcendental desire, you should have fixation for one. So, to show this to the world, Mahaprabhu persuaded Murari Gupta that you should worship Radha Krishna. That is supreme. You will get all kinds of rasas if you worship Radha Krishna. So you should worship. Then Murari Gupta said yes, because it is the order of Mahaprabhu. But when he went home, he saw his deities, Sitaram, and he could not give them up. Then he met Mahaprabhu next day and was again thinking to die. He requested Mahaprabhu that you ordered me to worship Radha Krishna, but I already sold my head to Ramachandra and I cannot remove from there. If even I think of removing my head, I get so much pain. Then Mahaprabhu said, yes, this is very good, it is right. You are actually Hanuman, you are Ram Das, it is proper. Only to show to the world, I tested you, I showed that this is how. Because Hanuman also told in Ram Lila, Shri Nate Janaki Nate Chabede Paramatmani Tatapi Mama Sarvasa Rama Kamala Lochana. I know Narayan and Ramchandra are same, but they are both Supreme Lord Paramatma, but Ramchandra is my everything. So Ishta Dev we should have. One time I asked Gurudev in Chandigarh, more in beginning stage, I asked Gurudev, this is fixed for Ishtadev or it is according to choice or how is this? Then, whether it is fixed for Jivas. Then Gurudev first answered to me, Jato vai mani bhutani jayante jeno jatani jivanti jat prajante vishanti tat birigjas asva tat eva Brahma. Brahma, Supreme Lord, is only one. There are not many Supreme Lords. So for all Jivas, object of worship is fixed. There is only one object of worship for all Jivas. All Jivas are coming from Him, all are related to him as his eternal son. It is fixed one. It is not something outside. One. Then I said, yes, but what about this Ram? I meant in this sense Ramchandra, Krishna or Narayan or like this. Then Gurudev looked at me and said, you have any special taste for any of them? Then how Gurudev asked, I could understand, no, I don't have. That because Gurudev was speaking about transcendental taste, not some material, but that transcendental special taste. I said, no, I don't have. Then Gurudev said, then you will have to bow down to all, to everyone, because they are same person. Only in Lila they are different. You will have to respect all. Then gradually you will understand according to your transcendental taste. You will understand. But first we have to understand they are same person, only in Lila different. So also Mahaprabhu said that Anupam, father of Jiva Goswami, was also like this. Rupa Sanatan, they tried to convince him to worship Radha Krishna, but he did not accept. He was worshipping Ramchandra. And that time Mahaprabhu said, yes, it happened the same with Murari Gupta. I tested and I found him to be devoted to Ram in the same way. That devotee who does not abandon his worshipable deity's lotus feet is truly glorious. Glorious too is that Lord who does not abandon his devotee. So on today's day, Sri Murari Gupta disappeared from this world. I'm remembering his house there in Mayapur and going down to him and praying for his causeless mercy. You will find more details in the book and also in Chaitanya Bhagavatam. In all Leelas, Murari Gupta is there. Great devotee, very dear to Mahaprabhu. And today also is the disappearance of one of the prominent disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. He came at young age and early, when Prabhupada did not yet take sannyas. It was in 1915. He met him because his aunts, they were acquainted with Prabhupada, so they took him. And in that same year, also he met Gorkishore Das Babaji, who was still living, and he received his blessings. He told, I'm coming from Saraswati Thakur, because Gorkishore Das Babaji would not open door to just anyone. Everyone will disturb. So they told, we are coming from Saraswati, Siddhanta Saraswati, or Bimala Prasad that time. Then Gorkishore Das Babaji opened and he blessed him. May you have no obstacle in your bhajan. And Keshav Goswami Maharaj told many times, it is due to blessing of Gorkishore Das Babaji, I had no obstacle in bhajan. So then when Prabhupada started to preach in 1918, he took sannyas and then gradually he went to Kolkata. So in 1919, Binod Bihari, that was his Diksha name, he took at that time, he joined in Chaitanya Math in Mayapur, where Prabhupada's Samadhi is there, and he was engaged in all different services for the management of the Math and also as editorial and all different types of stuff, very dedicated. Today I heard one Harikatha from Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. He spoke about him. One thing very much struck me. He said, our Gurudev, he, for every word of Prabhupada, he was ready to give his life. So much dedication. And Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj also told, completely surrendered. But this, how Narayan Maharaj said that struck me. For every word of Prabhupada, means every instruction, he was ready to give his whole life, means fully dedicated. So he was very their disciple, and as you know, he really gave his life for Prabhupada. When they were doing Parikrama, Navadi Parikrama 1925, on that other side, where Paramatala is there, that Kali Koladvip, there, those Navadip Goswamis who are not pure devotees, they were doing many things for earning money through this, charging money for taking darshan of Mahaprabhu, and like smoking or some anti-devotion. They would say, we are from this and this family, we are gurus, so we are good and we have monopoly. But Prabhupada spoke against that. Goswami is one who has control over senses, not because he's born in such family, but one who has control over senses. And also it is not proper to charge money for darshan of Mahaprabhu's deity. Mahaprabhu was going throughout all India, embracing everyone, and you are charging money. Even untouchables, animals, everyone, he himself was going and embracing and encouraging them to serve Krishna, and you are charging money. So he spoke against that. Our Parangurudev also, when that proposal came from one person, that this and these villages there, I want you should make them all disciples. Then Parangurudev said, but they have to know the rules and has to have faith in Krishna. No, don't say about this. Don't say about the rules and regulations. And no meat eating, no intoxication, no cigarette. Don't tell this. Then Parangurudev said, you don't know about Gauriya Mat, I think. You don't know. He said, I'm not saying, he said, we are not Navadip Goswamis. They are doing these things. They will just collect disciples for the sake of mundane benefits, name and fame, money, or like this. But they are not saying any rules and regulations, because then no one will accept. He said, we are not doing this. We are doing service of Krishna. We are not for making disciples quantity for this sake. No. We want to engage jivas in the service of Krishna. We are servants of Krishna, so that will be service. So they attacked the Parikrama party of Prabhupada in that place, surrounded and throwing stones, wanted to kill Prabhupada. Because he spoke against anti-devotional activities, and that would disturb their business. So they became angry and violent. So then, at that time, Binod Bihari, Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he came to Prabhupada. In little, he took him there in the side, and he took his sannyas dress and gave white cloth to Prabhupada, so that if they want to kill Prabhupada, they will kill me, because he was also tall and like this, and he himself took that cloth so that to protect Gurudev, and he was ready to give up, means to give his life to protect them. They should kill me. So that time actually he got sannyas already, but really he gave his life. Then one Gauriya Mat devotee, he took one cigarette from somewhere, from those who were looking, and he went out through that thing, and they could not recognize, because he was holding cigarette. So they thought, oh, he's not Gauriya Mat devotee. So as a disguise, he took that cigarette, and he could pass through them. Then he went to police, and then that was settled. Then the police came and they said to whom we should file a case, to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said no one. They did good. Then disciples of Prabhupada said, no, if you will not make any counter protest, then again it will happen. So, Prabhupada, no, I will not give. They did good job. You will see tomorrow. Then next day, all over India, all newspapers in India, they published. Even now in Navadip, you will find Jagai Madai, drunkards. And even now you will find Nityananda Prabhu, means Prabhupada. And by that, the glory of Gauriya Mata was spread all over India for free. No money for advertisement like this. So Prabhupada saw everything. So no, it is good. So he was Nityananda Prabhu and they were Jagai Madai. So Keshav Goswami Maharaj gave his life, really. And when, after the disappearance of Prabhupada, he was one of those names of disciples whom Prabhupada wrote in his last will how Gauriya Math should go on. So he became first secretary of the next Acharya. But then, you know, that Leela happened when many Acharyas will manifest. So Vinod Bihari also came out, and in dream he got order from Prabhupada that he should take sannyas. So he took from Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. Then he became Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. And he made his own mat, Gauriya Vedanta Samiti. Srila Sai Maharaj was one of the founding members also, that time as a Grihasta. And later on, Srila Sai Maharaj took sannyas from him, what name, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, because all sannyasis of Keshav Goswami Maharaj, they got this name Bhaktivedanta, because he was very particular to uproot that wrong interpretation of Vedanta, Mayavad, by Shankaracharya. He wrote many books and all this, so he gave to all his sannyas disciples name Bhakti Vedanta, to show that Vedanta is actually devotional scripture. It is not impersonalistic. And he also wrote that book about the life history of Mayavad through all ages. It is not only in Kali Yuga. And about that there are two Buddhas. One is Vishnu Avatar Buddha, another is Siddhartha Gautam Buddha. And he published many magazines, and he did so much. And also, after the disappearance of Prabhupada, some of his disciples, they deviated from the teaching of Prabhupada. He was fighting against them, but out of compassion. His target was that they should correct, and they did. His target was not to put anyone down, but to help them, that they should not deviate from the teaching of Prabhupada. And we heard from our Gurudev this, that he was very strict, very strong. If some anti-devotional propensity was there, then he was very strong, out of compassion, out of love, like lion. And one time also in Navadip, some communists came to the mat while they were taking prasad. And then they said, you are only sitting and eating. You are not working anything. You are only sitting and eating. Because communists, they all the time this work. Then Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj said, yes, we are human beings. We are sitting and eating. We are not like animals who are standing and eating. Animals, dog, and like they are standing and eating. We are human beings. And human being means one who accepts dharma. Today I heard from Srila Bhaktivinoda Narayan Maharaj in that Harikatha that one communist was very much against Prabhupada, and he was Keshav, and he was in that some important person. So when Keshav Goswami Maharaj disappeared, Srila Narayan Maharaj explained how it was. Since early morning they felt that soon Gurudev will disappear, so they did all the Bhaktivinoda Thakur's kirtans, one after another, and Narottam Thakur's kirtan like this. Then in the evening, and in some other area, Narayan Kavach was also chanted. And then in the evening, they would like repeat Mahamantra, and Bhakti Parigyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj would also slowly repeat Mahamantra. Then Narayan Maharaj became Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Then he left. All Shri Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. In Navadip, that Devananda Gauriya Math, he installed Varahaditi also because Kuladip. Every year I used to go there when I was in Mayapur on today's day to hear his glories and to honor Prasad in his festival. And his sevak is still there. If you come, then you will get that fortune of he will touch you. The sandals means shoes of Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj on your head, and with that stick also you can get blessing and very good prasad. And big feast from everywhere they are coming. So when Keshav Goswami Maharaj disappeared, then that communist, you cannot make samadhi just without permission. But that communist was also immediately giving permission. And he said, although we had difference of opinion, but I know he's a Siddha Purush. He's a perfected being. I know he's Mahapurush. So you will make samadhi here. So they made a samadhi. You will find in Devananda Gauriya Math. His glories are unlimited. Only I touched some little. So I'm remembering. And his speciality in his math also is, he wrote one Mangalarati himself, song, and other songs also. And you will find Krishna is not black color, but white color or golden color, like Radharani. You will find Mahaprabhu, Radharani and Krishna same color in all the math, Radha Vinod Bihari. Why? Because in Imli Tala in Vrindavan, Krishna made that pastime of thinking so much about Radharani in separation grief that he got that color of Radharani. So thinking about that lila, Srila Keshav Goswami Maharaj installed in all his maths that color Krishna you will find, so that you know when you will go why it is so. So I am remembering his Samadhi Mandir. Every year I used to go. Now due to misfortune I cannot go. So I'm only mentally I'm remembering and going down to Maharaj. Praying his causeless mercy. And we are observing Kartik Vrata. Yesterday we heard how Gajendra was fighting for 1000 years. But he lost all his strength and no one could help him. His other wives and other friends, no one. He fought also. He gave effort. As long, our Gurudev explained, as long as we think we can do it by our own effort, then there is no question of us taking shelter. No question. But Gajendra saw, I lost all strength and he gained strength. So I will die. It is my karma. I will die. And because he accepted the situation, then that intelligence came because of his sukriti. Later on we will come to know that in past life he was doing bhajan, so that was not destroyed. So due to that sukriti, this intelligence came to him. Let me take shelter of Supreme Lord, who is omnipotent. He can do whatever he likes. He is the only one who can rescue me. Second. So he told, I have been attacked by this crocodile, and therefore I shall seek shelter of the Supreme Lord, who is the shelter of everyone. I take shelter of the Supreme Lord, whose powers cannot be understood or estimated beyond our comprehension, who protects the surrendered souls who are afraid of the strong, quick snake of time, which constantly pursues them and from which death itself flees. So, from out of fear of Supreme Lord, even death itself runs away. So, death, Supreme Lord, I will take shelter. And Vishnu Chakur Thakur gave evidence from the Taittiriya Upanishad that wind blows, sun rises, fire, moon, death, all, they flee out of fear of the Lord. Means all they are doing their duties out of fear, and death is fleeing out of fear of Lord. So in that Supreme Lord, I will take shelter. This we heard yesterday, and today one verse I will read because time is finished. Chapter 3 in 8th Canto, Deliverance of Gajendra. Shri Badarayanir Uvach. Evam Vyavasito Buddhya Samadhaya Manohridi Jajapa Paramam Japyam Prak Janmani Anushikshitam. Shukadev Goswami continued. Thereafter, Gajendra, deciding in this way, fixed his mind on his heart with his intelligence and chanted a mantra which he had learned in his previous birth. So tomorrow we will hear from this point. Gurudev gave many examples of someone who does not have Sukriti and therefore will not take shelter of Supreme Lord even if in danger. But if someone has Sukriti, then he will take shelter of Supreme Lord, and Gurudev gave many examples. Tomorrow we will remember